Welcome here to the final game of the Kingsmen's four-game set in the Dominican Republic. It's the top of the second inning, and there's a first pitch strike to Davis Anders to start this second inning. The Kingsmen plated 2 runs in the top of the first. They hit 2 triples to start the game, courtesy of Josh Jackson and Scotty Davis. Both of them scored in the 2-run first. That ball's high to Anders, hitting for the first time today. He's batting in the 8th spot. It's 8, 9, and 10 due up for the Kingsmen here in inning number 2. Griffin Leonard here on the call from the Dominican Republic. The Kingsmen with an early lead. 1-1 pitch. That one's popped up on the infield. First baseman tracking it into foul ground. Now he comes back into the fair side of the line and makes the catch for the first out of the second inning. The Kingsmen's opponents today are Aleman. And they trail 2-0 wearing the black uniforms. The Kingsmen in their golds today. 1 out, and Evan Haverluck, the second baseman, steps in. Out of the windup, here's the pitch from the right-hander, and it's outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Haverluck watches it go. It's called on the inside corner for a strike to even the count at 1-1. Out of the windup, 1-1 pitch. It's a curve ball. It's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Kingsmen are 2-0-1 so far in this Dominican Republic trip. This is Game 4 and final of the 2025 season. 2-1 pitch. Haverluck takes a swing at it, but comes up empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One out here in the top of the second. 2-0 the Kingsmen lead. Base is empty. Here is the pitch to Haverluck. It flies in. And it's a curveball that sat outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count runs full. Three-two, here it is. It's a fastball up and in. That's ball 4, and Haverluck walks with 1 out here in the second inning. Now, Brady Yarborough was listed to hit in the 10 spot on this lineup card, but Josh Jackson appears to be walking to the plate to hit. Yarborough is playing shortstop today. We'll wait on an official word, and we'll see how the defense looks in the next half of the inning defensively. Maybe that will help to answer a couple questions. New pitcher. So a new pitcher on the mound for Aleman. In the bottom half of the first, Hunter Carroll came out strong. He struck out 2 of 3 and got a ground out to shortstop in what was a 1-2-3 inning in the home half of the first. So Yarborough not hitting. It is Josh Jackson who tripled his first time. Hit it into right field. The right fielder had dove for it and came up empty. The ball jumped about 50 feet past him. Jackson, the right-handed hitter, digs in. Pitch comes home, and it's high. It's out of the glove of the catcher, and from first to second goes Haverluck on the passed ball. One ball, no strikes. Runner on second for the Kingsmen. That one's outside as well. Two 2-0 pitch. Outside corner, tapped foul to make it 2-1. Haverluck stands on second. Held on by the second baseman of Aleman. The pitch comes home from the right-hander, and it's a swing and a miss at the letters to make it 2-2. On deck for the Kingsmen, Scotty Davis, who also tripled and came in to score. He scored on the Alan Benhart sacrifice fly in the first inning. Kingsmen hitting the ball hard today out of the gates. 2-strike pitch. That one came inside. Jackson got out of the way, appealing for a hit, or that it hit him, but the umpire says no. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count pitch with Haverlock on second, taking a big lead. The pitch comes home, and it's at the eyeballs for a ball 4. That's a walk to Jackson, and there's runners on second and first with still 1 away. Here's Davis. Hit a deep triple to right center field over the center fielder's head in the first inning. Came in to score, as mentioned. 2-0, still the Kingsmen lead. Looking for more here in the second. Fastball down the heart of the plate for a called strike 1 by our home plate umpire. Just the one umpire today. If I was told correctly, he also was the home plate umpire when the Kingsmen played Cano Academy in the first game of this Dominican Republic trip. That one's outside to make it 1-1. Haverluck on second, Jackson on first. The pitch to Davis. Davis watches it go. It's just south of the knees, ball 3, and the count 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter's count here for Davis. And he watches it go inside. That is, well, it was called, I think it was called a ball, but maybe I had the count wrong. 3 balls to Davis. 3-1, here it is. Runners on the move, a double steal, swing and a miss, throw down to third. Haverluck's in there as the slide was just under the tag, and the third baseman seems to have taken the brunt of the impact. So he jogged all the way to the mound and now is taking that left shoe off. Haverluck slid in there hard, The throw took the third baseman slightly into the sliding Haverluck. And it looks like the cleats did come and collide. The count will be 3-2 after that swing and a miss, and the runner's now on second and third base. So full count to Davis with Perry Dyer awaiting on deck. It's a big full count pitch with 1 out. Third baseman going to remain in the game. He hobbles back over to his position, and Davis settles back into the batter's box. Pretty neutral stance in the right-handed batter's box for Davis. Here's a big 3-2. And it's low and outside. Missed the catcher, but it's off the backstop hard. The runners will have to stay put, but it's a walk for Davis. Bases are loaded for Perry Dyer here in the second inning. Bases loaded for Dyer. First pitch. He fouls it off into the chest protector of our home plate umpire. 0-1. Corners are in for Aleman, but the middle infield back. That pitch skipped in the dirt on the way into the catcher. He caught it cleanly. 1-1. Dyer, the 3-hitter in the order, playing third base today. Struck out his first time. 1-1 pitch. He watches it go, this time up over the helmet. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 pitch heading home. That one was inside, nearly hit Dyer. Dropped by the catcher. The runners will retreat. 3 balls, 1 strike. That's a couple this inning that we've seen the Kingsmen hitters get out of the way of. Now a hitter's count for Perry. And the infield will come in. A little conference between the pitcher and his surrounding cast. Dyer confirming the count with our home plate umpire, and they shared a high five afterwards. Powering through that language barrier. Three and 1 pitch coming to Perry with the bases loaded, and it is just off the outside part of the plate. A walk brings in a run for the Kingsmen, who lead 3-0. Nothing Kingsmen over this Aleman side. A home team today. Ben Hart, who hit a sacrifice fly in the first inning, hits again here in the second. Pitch just missed the knees, ball 1. So the bases remain loaded. The last 3 hitters up are the 3 on. It's Jackson at third, Davis at second, and Perry Dyer standing a few feet off of first base. 1-0, that one was high. Trying to find some middle ground here, the right-handed pitcher. It's 2-0. Corner still in for Aleman, the middle infield a little bit in, but not quite on the grass. 2-0. That one just low again. 3 balls, no strikes. Pitcher in a hole here with another run now coming in, as that one was at the letters, a 4-pitch walk. That is now 5 walks in a row for this Aleman team on the mound. Here's Santos Stefano. Score now 4-0. The Kingsmen plated 2 in this second, and they've grabbed 2 already, or rather 2 in the first, and now they've already got 2 so far in the second. Santos Stefano takes one on the outside corner for a called strike. (0-1). That's at the knees, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Kingsman threatening with more, but now it's Santos Stefano in a hole at the plate. He walked his first time. 0-2. And he grounds the ball to the shortstop. Runners collide. Is that going to be runners interference? And the point is there. I think that's going to be the case. Or rather, I guess it would be obstruction, wouldn't it? But either way, the 1 run will come in. The out called for Dyer moving from second to third, so he's out. But Santos Stefano remains at first. So runners on, well, no, bases are loaded. What am I missing? So Davis went back to third. I believe they're going to call him back to third, but Dyer is out. Ben Hart moves to second, and Santos Stefano goes to first. I don't know if that's right, but it works. It works. Santos Stefano fouls, or rather Salisbury fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 pitch gets by the catcher. Davis trying to score. The catcher sprints in but is late, and Scotty scores the Kingsmen's 5th run, courtesy of the wild pitch. So runners on third and second with still just the one out. Or no, there are two outs now in the inning. That 1-1's outside to make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Salisbury still with a chance to knock in a couple more. The Kingsmen have 3 so far in this second inning. 2-1. Outside, maybe a bit high as well. 3 balls, 1 strike as the ball rolls onto the field. If the inning were to continue, we'd see Cole Canty. Salisbury was hit by a pitch this time, 3-1. And that one is just outside. So a hit by pitch and now a walk. And the bases are loaded once more. First pitch to Canty is popped up sky high, but foul. 0-1. Oh, 1 to Canty. That one's up and in. Ball 1 to even the count. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this last game of the Dominican trip here in 2025. We apologize that we could not get it to you live as that one misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just overall connectivity issues. Super grateful to those here at the respective ballparks for the opportunity to get some power when there is no power at the ballpark itself. As that ball's popped up a mile high, the shortstop going after it looked like he has some trouble, and that ball falls. 2 runs will score on what may end up being scored as a single for Cole Canty. That one's in there for a called strike to Davis Anders. Oh, 1. That one's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled off. 1-2. The Kingsmen have officially batted around now here in the second inning. Curveball sits in there. Ring him up, strike 3. Anders goes down to end the inning. That's a big inning for the Kingsmen, though. That's 5 runs, and they increase their lead to 7-0 here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network, 7-0 as we head to the bottom of inning number 2. And we have a special guest on the show for the next half inning, next inning. I don't know how long you're going to stay, Sam. But it's Sam Blancano, everybody. How are you doing, Sam?
I'm doing fine, Griff. How's the volume here? Pretty good?
I'm going to turn you down just a little tad, but yeah. I think we'll get there eventually.
Good deal, good deal. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here in the Dominican Republic behind the field. Where are we at? Griff, what's the city name?
Honestly, I was going to ask Kike that at the next half inning.
Yeah.
Aleman. Is it Aleman? Okay.
Aleman,
so,
yeah.
We're here at Aleman. The home Aleman team trailing the Kingsmen 7-0. There was a line out for the first out to Davis Anders to start off the second inning for Mr. Hunter Carroll on the mound, but Sam, this is your kind of return to the Kingsmen, right? You
Yes.
played for a couple of years back in the past. What's the difference been coaching here in 2025 as opposed to playing?
Well, man, it's been 4 years, so it's been a pretty long time deciding to come back and having the honor to come back, Coach Aleman to come back, and it's just been really cool to be able to make my second trip back down to the Dominican Republic. I want to have traded my first trip in the world, and coming back down as a coach is definitely a different perspective, and it being my second time, I guess there were some expectations of things. I kind of knew a little bit of what was going on here and there, but still obviously a life-changing experience and a lot of perspective gained and love appreciated for the country and being able to be here.
Absolutely. Now, you have coached in the past. You're a graduate assistant at Georgia Southern.
Yep.
And you played there, correct, as well?
Yeah, so I will be going on year 7 down at Georgia Southern starting in August. I went down there first summer of 2019, took a couple of summer classes, and I've been there ever since. I played for 5 years. Last year was my first year of my graduate assistantship, and I'll be entering year 2 here. August 13th, I believe, is day 1 for us, and we'll be getting rolling immediately as soon as we step on campus. So pretty excited about that. Got a lot of love for the Eagles, obviously, and coaching and the rest of the coaching staff and the players.
Yeah, good stuff. Team's supposed to be good this year?
Man, we had a bunch of seniors last year. I mean, I want to say it was in the high teens, 17, 18, a lot of good kids, man. So it'll be a new crew, and that will be the point of focus is just making sure that we're building a culture and continuing the culture of the Georgia Southern Eagles of working hard, having that blue-collar work ethic, and building team camaraderie while doing it all at the same time.
Carroll walks a man on here with 1 out in the second. It's the first base runner of the game for Aleman, who trails 7-0 here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. We're here with Sam Blancano. Coach, you've worked more with the hitters and on the defensive side than on the pitching side.
That's right.
So we'll probably have to keep you on another half an inning so you can talk about the hitters a little bit more.
Yes.
But just, I guess, you've been around it enough to comment on it, just the cohesiveness of this defensive group and the way that they've played as a team out there defensively. What have you and the rest of the coaching staff liked about it?
Yeah, it's tough in summer ball. You kind of hit the ground running, and there's not too many practices you get to mix in before you kind of start playing games. And credit to Coach Hudak. He does a really fantastic job. He probably does it better than any other summer ball coach I've ever met and had the pleasure of meeting. And I think that speaks to the, number one, the cleanliness of our defense. And just, if we're being completely honest, bringing faith into the picture. Once you bring God and hard work together, it really helps build a team's camaraderie and culture around one singular entity. And I think that especially this trip down to the DR has allowed these guys to grow so close together. And the closer you are, the better you play. I'm a firm believer in that. So that's probably what I would say.
Pickoff goes to first. Anders snap throws it down to second. And they've got him for the out. That's 2 outs. And obviously credit goes to Carroll, but credit goes to Anders as well for a quick throw down to second. What did you like out of that play?
Yeah, good play right there. If we're being completely honest, I'm not sure if we had a tag there, but we're going to take what we can get. And the base runner didn't look too happy, had his hands in the air. I think he thought he got underneath it. But, hey, kudos to F for making it seem like he got the out for the umpire. We only have one umpire right here.
Yeah, only one. Only the home plate. It's tough to see angles. You ever do any umpiring when you were younger?
I've never done umpiring. Got a lot of respect for umpires, but the only umpiring I've ever done would be inter squads and a couple of showcases. So
there you go.
Nothing too crazy. I like to think I got a pretty tight zone, pretty good zone, but no, man, I don't do too much umpiring.
Okay, but at least you got that experience.
That's right.
You got that experience once or twice. Carroll walks another. That's the second walk of the inning. 2 outs in the second, but a man once again on first base. Sam, as far as just this team kind of growing as Coach Hudak's coming out. Is there any insight that you guys get in the dugout that maybe we're missing out here when there's a conversation like this going?
Like this? Well, this is not the first time I've ever seen Coach frustrated in a game before at an umpire. He I wouldn't say hates umpires, but there's no love lost when he speaks to them. And Coach obviously taking it lightly down here, having fun with it, but he approaches the game the right way, in an intense way, and he wants to win, and he's locked in on every pitch. So sometimes the dugout gets quiet in those types of instances, but we try to keep it light. We try to keep it fun. The dugouts have been a blast. They've been a pleasure down here in the Dominican, because there's just people running in and out. The vibes are at an all-time high, and it's been really, really fun just to being able to experience that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I think that conference between the Coach Hudak and as Salisbury throws down to second, trying to get the runner stealing, but they say no tag this time. Haverluck trying to sell it again. This time does not get the call. I think that one was a little bit more in jest, as he took his own sunglasses off and put them on the umpire. I feel like if that's the move you're going for in that situation, you're probably not trying to get thrown out of the game.
No, yeah, trying to keep it light. So that's all good fun. I'm glad the umpire took it like that too. So.
There's a swing and a miss. Carroll trying to get out of this with the game still scoreless. You good to hang around another half an inning?
Absolutely. Kidding me, Griff? I don't know why, but I was like, man, I want to come in here and talk to you today, Griff. It's obviously been a really fun summer working with you and stuff. The hitter's got duct tape on his bat. I was going to ask you, what do you think? Is that going to give it a little extra juice? It doesn't look like it, but...
I noticed that it kind of looks like a little of a wiffle ball bat as he pops out to the second baseman, Haverluck. The second inning concludes. We'll be back in a minute with the third inning here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Oh, that just shocked me.
Careful.
I'm all right.
Here in the third inning, the Kingsmen up 7-0 here with Sam Blancato as the Kingsmen hitting in the third inning. Haverluck takes a strike to make it 0-2.
They called that first strike there, Griff?
I believe they did. You getting shocked a little bit?
A little bit right there.
Yeah. Are you?
I'm okay now.
I would say try to avoid putting your hand on the.
That's probably what happened.
Because I'm getting it too, and I go like that.
Couple down at first. Is he all right? It looks to be okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What'd you say, Griff?
No, you're good. One out here in the inning as Haverluck grounds out. But yeah, I would recommend, Sam, if you wouldn't mind taking your hand off of there. I think we're getting a little bit of feedback as well.
You just told me not to, and I just did it against
yeah,
my
you did, but that's okay.
Apologize.
That's okay. One out here in the top half of the third, and it is now the top of the order hitting. You know, the thing with these games is you kind of just roll with whatever happens.
Yeah.
As that pitch is swung on for a strike, Jackson behind. He's 1 for 1 with a triple and a walk. On the hitting side, this is a little bit more of your specialty.
That's right.
What exactly, because this team doesn't have the opportunity to practice very much, like what exactly are you working on with the hitters across the summer?
You know, I think the biggest thing that Coach tries to preach and that I'm trying to get behind with the guys as well is, one, I believe in Coach's philosophy, but that's the biggest thing is just buying into an approach and a philosophy that we have as the Kingsmen baseball. And Coach spoke on that for the team, and I think it's been a complete buy-in, and I think that shows when it comes together. It's a pretty thing, and we're able to play some pretty baseball, dude, especially offensively. We're going to be aggressive at the plate. We're going to get on base. We're going to swing the bat, and advantage counts. We're going to be aggressive on the base pass and always trying to look for that next base. And honestly, I think it just goes back to playing the game hard and as aggressive as possible.
Jackson lifts a fly ball to center. The center fielder out there camped under makes the catch for the second out of the inning. It seems like over the last few weeks of the season especially, the offense has really come alive. I mean, you look at this trip, they've scored, if I'm counting right, 24 runs in the 3 games.
Yep.
Coming into today, they put up 7 in the first 2 innings of this afternoon's game. How have you seen the approach, the offense as a whole, just improve over the course of the summer for these guys?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing I would say is the plate discipline's been amazing. We're taking our walks, we're digging in with 2 strikes, getting hit, and working the counts. And so the name of the game is getting base runners on and then taking advantage and having timely hitting when we've done that consistently for the last, like you said, month or so of the season. So that's been really fun to watch, and being able to do that, it just hitting is contagious, and it's been top to bottom in the order throughout the back half of the season.
0-1 coming here to Scotty Davis, who also has a triple today. Takes that one just off the outside corner for a ball. This is the Kingsman Baseball Network. Griffin Leonard here with Coach Sam Blancato of Kingsman Baseball. And Coach, as we continue to roll through our conversation with 2 outs, as there's now 2-1, as that was high. Just kind of talk to me about what's next for you. I mean, obviously you're going back to Georgia Southern,
right.
but what are you thinking everything looks like, 2-3 years from now?
Well, man, it's hard to look into the future, and the biggest thing I've been telling people is you can't really plan for a coaching job because those applications aren't really out there. It's if an opportunity presents itself and it seems like the right fit, you kind of take advantage of that. So right now, just super fortunate enough to be able to be a graduate assistant, have that as a 2-year program to give me 2 years of experience under Coach Hennon, and then kind of going from there. Obviously, been putting my name out there and trying to let everyone know that I am a graduate assistant at Georgia Southern. Coach has obviously helped me out with that, and Coach Hudak is someone who that has been helping me out as well. I played in the Sun Belt for 5 years, so I did some due diligence this past season, just introducing myself to the head coaches, so they were aware that I was being a graduate assistant, and I think that's just kind of what I'm going to focus on in this next year, is just making sure that I put my name into the ring and try to just honestly just be a sponge and learn. That's the biggest thing. I haven't really thought about the next steps. I've been trying to focus on myself and just making sure I'm in the best possible position where if an opportunity does present itself, I will be prepared and able to be the best coach I could possibly be.
Absolutely. It looks like Henry Malarski is in to pitch. Hunter Carroll's day and season is done at 2 innings, but he did keep Aleman scoreless. We'll head to the bottom of the third. We'll keep you here for another half inning. Does that sound good?
Yeah, dude. This has been really, really fun. And if you get sick of me, just say, "Hey, Sam, you got to get out of here," and I'll leave. But
it's time to go. No, we'll keep you around for a little bit. I need some company in here. Although we've got our team chaplain, Lincoln Lawing, kind of hanging out here in the press box along for the ride, too.
Yeah, I think he was trying to find some shade. What do you think, Griff?
I mean, I can't blame him. I've got sunscreen here next to me, but I don't think I need it today.
No, I wouldn't say so. Hey, what would you think about me asking you a couple questions, Griff?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so number one is how'd you get in contact with Coach to be able to help out with the broadcast this summer with the Kingsmen baseball?
So I had, just complete luck of running into this organization. I was supposed to do a radio show a couple of years ago. I went to Ball State University,
yes.
Just graduated.
Yep.
I was supposed to do a season preview show for our baseball team, and. But the thing was, I wasn't originally supposed to do it. I was a fill-in because the original co-host got sick. So I was a fill-in last second. I'm sitting in my room cramming for this show some people would do, their exams. And I'm browsing through some of the players. I'm on a guy named Blake Beavis, his Instagram page. I was just trying to find out, what has he been up to in the off season. And, of course, for those listening that have been around the Kingsmen a few years, that name will ring a bell.
That's right.
Blake Beavis was on this 2023 team. Was here just a couple of years ago, and I saw all these pictures of this mission trip and this summer ball team, and I played club baseball in high school and everything. It was nothing like what I was used to. And I was just curious. So I asked him about it on the show, and he told me a little bit about it. We didn't go into too much detail because we were under time constraints, but I talked about it with him afterwards. We decided to turn it into a bigger story, and I learned about it through then. Got to talk to Hudak. He and I got along really, really well. I ended up,
very cool.
Messaging him a year later saying, "Hey, any chance I could get some work in?"
Yeah, absolutely, man. And major plus, you get a very, very cool eye-opening experience coming down to the Dominican Republic. How has your experience in the Dominican Republic been so far?
It's been really, really just heartwarming, and it's been a blessing. I guess it's been slightly different, my perspective versus these guys,
no doubt.
Because I'm not in the dugout. I'm not necessarily. Sometimes I'm tearing down the broadcast and I don't get to hear the testimony.
Oh yeah.
So there's little things that are probably different for me, but overall, I mean, it's just like you'll hear from any of the guys as Malarski strikes out the Aleman hitter. It's just eye-opening to see the difference of how people live out here versus in the States. And you'll hear it from everybody, so I'm sure it sounds cliche, but just the amount that we take for granted. And even on the broadcast side of things, 3 of the 4 games we've been able to do, but we had to have power ran to us. Either that or I was in somebody's house.
Yeah.
This ballpark has a press box, but there's no electricity. We're running a 200-foot extension cord into somebody's neighborhood just so we can have this right now.
Right.
And that alone is something that you don't have to worry about in the States. So,
no.
I don't know, just little things like that. It's certainly eye-opening.
Yeah, so remind me where you were sitting for the broadcast in the first game that we played.
So the first game, you're talking Cano baseball?
That's correct.
That was the game we didn't get to broadcast.
No broadcast,
so
that's right.
I was in the dugout.
Okay, that's right, because I thought I remembered you in the dugout.
Yeah. But then, game 2, Boca de Chavon, we had the neighbor's house that they were willing to let us come in.
That's
so
right.
I set up in their living room, stuck the camera out the window,
Yep.
and I could have had coffee with the homeowner after the game if we had time to stick around.
That was a very, very cool experience. I didn't get to experience that field back in 2021, so very cool to be able to go there. I think they've been doing that for a couple years now, so obviously. And then game 3, you were sitting under a tree with a couple of chairs, right? That was obviously something that was different, but again, like you said, heartwarming and perspective-based, I would assume.
Of course, yeah, and I also had to get out of the way of a couple foul balls.
That's right.
So
light on your feet,
well.
Light on your feet. And then obviously game 4, they eventually gave you a press box. They said you've earned it after the first 3 games, so kudos to you.
I'm gracious of that. We got power just after first pitch, got going by the second inning. I think that's a win.
Yeah, I would have to agree. So. Getting away from baseball for a second, how's your experience down here that with the things that we've been able to do that have not been baseball centered?
Of course, yeah, and I'll mention before we go there, the walk to the second hitter of the inning. I gotta try to simultaneously call.
That's
this
right.
game
Hey,
as well.
and I'm testing you here. This is all a test to see how well you're doing, and we'll go back and review the film after the game. I'm sure Coach will definitely give you some pointers.
Get this on some highlight tape somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah, Malarski misses outside. But to answer your question, I've always been one that really enjoys interacting with kids, child care, all of that. We've gotten to see 2 orphanages. We've gotten to go to a school. Every game out here, there's kids that are hanging out. That we had a couple in the press box earlier. There's a rundown. Jackson running the man back to first, tosses to Malarski. Henry going to chase him down and slap the tag on him with authority for the second out of the inning. And Mason Salisbury loves it at the catcher's position. But 2 outs here. But, yeah, the opportunity to interact with the kids and, the orphanages, that's one of the highlights of their year. They don't have people to come pick them up like at a daycare. They're there. That's
right.
Their family.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and that goes beyond baseball. It goes beyond being in a third world country like the Dominican Republic. Like, that's just a situation of, I don't think either one of us could imagine life without our parents.
I 100% agree.
That is the ultimate taking something for granted, because it just seems second nature, but not everybody has that opportunity.
Yeah, and we've spoken before about you having some past experience with childcare, and you were obviously very comfortable at all 3 of those places. One of the craziest things that I experienced and speak on what happened there, I don't know, call a time or no?
Yeah, well, you can call time, but the umpire's got to grant
That's
it.
right. And is the smiles are still on those the faces of the girls and boys at the orphanages, even though what seems that they have so little, but they're just so gracious for what they do have, and as much as an impact we have on them, I feel as if we ask them, they have an even bigger impact on us. Would you agree with that?
I would. I feel like the impact that they have on us is difficult to measure, right? Because it's not something that's just felt instantly, but you look at it over time. Those of us that get a chance to come back and see it again, to see the kids grow up, for them to hopefully remember a few of us, like those little things are going to have a lasting impact, and it's just a good reminder to hold what you hold dear close, because you don't know when and if it's gonna not be there for you anymore.
100%. And like you said about speaking on coming back again, Coach obviously takes pride in bringing returners back to the Kingsmen baseball, and it's almost probably, if I had to guess, it's not so much him begging, but guys asking to come back, because it is such a life-changing summer. And my prior experience was the first time down here. It was so transformative, as I spoke before, but it all happened so fast, right? Didn't know what to expect, didn't know what was going on, so there was a lot of moving parts. So being able to come back down and know a little bit of the schedule and the routine helped slow things down, and then it also allowed me to take a look at it in a different light, in a different lens, and so being able to do that's also been another cool experience, just seeing it from a different viewpoint. Number one, as it is my second trip, and being an assistant coach as opposed to a player as well. It's been very, very cool to watch these players grow together. Obviously, every night I'll let you interrupt real quick.
Yeah, we have a mound visit. Aiden Bisbano is working down on the left field line with the bullpen, throwing warm-up pitches to pitching coach Nick Osborne rather than
he's a trooper.
Christian Burney at the bullpen catcher position. Did Burney end up traveling with us?
He is feeling under the weather. We have a couple guys who are feeling under the weather, and
Yeah.
I do not think he made the bus ride.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, hey, pitching coach answers the call. You love to see it.
Yeah, man, he is the man. He's willing to do it for the boys, so obviously appreciative of Oz. But lost my train of thought. What was I speaking on beforehand?
Just talking about yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So and each night, the impact of the day. I feel like those are some of the coolest parts of the day, because you get to hear guys. Ooh, look at that.
Fly ball to right field. Tracking it is Canty, and he reaches up and makes the catch to end the inning. We will Stick around here since we're having the conversation, and then maybe after the Kingsmen are done here in the top of the fourth, we'll send you back to do
I'll
your
run
job.
out. I'll get out of here and let you do your job, Griff. But I appreciate you letting me bombard the studio for a little while. It's been a blast so far.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming. Well, we will step aside then going into the fourth. The Kingsmen lead at 7-0 in their final game of the 2025 season. Welcome back here, Kingsmen Baseball on the Kingsmen Baseball Network from Aleman in the Dominican Republic. The Kingsmen lead 7-0. Henry Malarski came in for the third, got out of it without a run. Hunter Carroll's day done at 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, no hits, and no runs. Now to start off this top of the fourth inning, it is Perry Dyer, Alan Benhart, and Vince Santos-Stefano. 7-0 Kingsman lead. Right-handed arm comes home with the 1-0, and it hits the inside corner to even the count. Dyer so far 0 for 1. He walked his last time, but then was called out at third base on the runner's interference, and this time takes the pitch inside. And it's the second Kingsman to be hit by a pitch today, and he'll take first base to start this fourth inning. Dyer, a slow walk down to first base. It looks all right to continue. I mean, obviously every hit by pitch hurts, but the soft part of your back, that one's going to sting a little bit more, and Dyer looks good to go, puts a sliding mitt on that left hand of his, and Benhart steps into the box. Platoon advantage here for the Kingsmen, right on left, and Benhart gets nailed by the first pitch. That's back-to-back. Two pitches in a row plunk the Kingsmen. They have runners on second and first, and Vince Santos-Stefano's got to be shaking in his boots right now. First pitch to Vince, and that one is high for ball 1, but it was over the plate. Dyer on second, Benhart on first. Santos-Stefano walked and then hit into that runner's interference play. That pitch to the backstop, and moving up on the wild pitch goes Dyer and Benhart to second and third. This game is scheduled for 7. We've been playing for about an hour. We'll see how long this game does end up going. We'll see if we play the full 7. Santo Stefano watches it outside again. This time the runner's hold, who is off the chains behind home plate here. Santo Stefano well ahead in the count, 3-0 with Salisbury on deck. Infield in, 3-0 to the backstop again. It goes up in the air, and it's a walk. Bases loaded for the Kingsmen. Salisbury to hit with nobody out. This 4th inning looking like it could extend, and we'll have a quick mound visit as Aleman tries to nip that in the bud. We'll step aside for 30 seconds here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here with a new pitcher on the mound, so that break took longer than expected. A lefty is out there now with the bases loaded, nobody out. The Kingsmen yet to score in this 4th inning. Salisbury trying to change that in a hurry. Infield in for Aleman, and the first pitch high for ball 1 to Mason. Yet to register an at-bat today. He's walked and been hit by a pitch in both of his first 2 plate appearances. Salisbury in the 6th spot today. 1-0 pitch. Outside corner strike, 1-1. It's Dyer on third, Benhart on second, Santo Stefano on first. Kingsman bearing down here in this 4th inning. 1-1. Salisbury watches it go. It was up and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Kingsmen did not score in the 3rd. They went 1-2-3 after plating 5 in inning number 2. 2-1. High and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count for Salisbury. Looking to reach for his 3rd time today with Cole Canty on deck. 3-1. Salisbury taps it foul into his back leg. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He'll take a half lap around the batter's circle to reset things. Three and 2 pitch coming to Salisbury after the foul ball. Infield remains in for Aleman. The payoff. And that's high to walk in a run. Cole Canty will hit with the bases loaded. 8-0, the Kingsmen now lead after the run came in. looking to really blow this one open here in the fourth. First pitch to Canty was at his skull. 1 ball, no strikes. It's Canty, Anders, and Haverluck 7, 8, 9 as this inning continues to roll. 1-0. Ball's ripped foul toward Coach Joe Hudak, and it's strike one. The outfield fence here, it says 400 out in center. Not sure what left and right are, but it's a very low blue concrete fence and then some chain link above it. Kind of gives the look of a low fence while still providing some surroundings in the back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Canty digs back in. The left-handed pitch comes home, and it's high for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded for the Kingsmen. Left on right matchup. Canty with a slightly open stance at the plate. Pitch flies home, and it's high again. 3 balls, 1 strike. That release point just a little too early from this left-handed pitcher settling into the ball game in relief. Three-one to Canty with Anders on deck. Pitch home. And that one was high, but he fouled it off, and it's 3-2. I believe that pitch would have been ball 4, but Canty hits it foul and extends the at-bat. Payoff pitch with the bases loaded, nobody out. The lefty flings it home, and it's ripped left side, foul. Ben Hart playing dodgeball to get out of the way of that one. Throws a smile toward home plate at Canty, who will have to see another pitch. Another 3-2 coming. Lefty kicks and fires, and that is low for ball 4. Quality at bat from Canty, walks in a run, and it is 9-0. Davis Anders will hit, still nobody out. So far in this inning, we have had 2 hit by pitches and 3 walks. Just a couple of foul balls as Anders takes the first pitch low, ball 1. So far, Aleman has walked 10 Kingsmen and hit 3 in this game. 1-0, Anders takes just off the inside edge, 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch comes home, and it's hit, popped up, shallow left center. Coming in on it, the center fielder. He's not going to get there. It's down for a base hit. 1 run scores. They go station to station. It's 10-0, courtesy of Davis Anders' RBI single. And the Kingsmen have double digits here in the 4th. Anders gets his first hit of the day. Here's Haverluck, who is 0 for 1. He walked and scored in the second, and led off the third with a ground out to second base. First pitch, thought about it, takes it high for ball 1. Infield still in for Aleman. Lefty set at the belt, comes home. Missed inside. The ball was dropped by the catcher. He collects it quickly, and Salisbury slides back to third, foot first, without a throw to get back. Took an aggressive secondary, hoping to score on that wild pitch. Swing and miss to make it 1-2, or 2-1 rather. Salisbury on third, Canty on second, Davis Anders on first base. The Kingsmen searching for more. They've scored 3 already in the fourth. That one is a called strike on the inside corner to make it 2-2. Haverluck, the bottom of the order, with Josh Jackson waiting his turn on deck. The Kingsmen have already batted around once in this game. They look primed to potentially do so again here. 2-strike pitch just high of the letters. That looked really good from the lefty arm. The count is full. A stoppage is first base coach Aiden Rice is grabbing a ball from the Aleman bullpen that trickled down toward fair territory. Good to see the first base coach doing his job. 3-2. That one's pop foul again. I think the Kingsman dugout realized just how much Aiden Rice had in his hands at first base, and they just trotted out David Zolkowski to pick some stuff up from him. 3-2 again, and that one hit him on the shoulder blade. Third hit by pitch of the inning, and another run scores. Arguably, he didn't even need to get hit by that pitch because it was ball 4.
He got second base for that.
Josh Jackson's going to hit here as the top of the order. He's 1 for 2. Did fly out to the center fielder last time. 11-0, bases loaded, nobody out for the Kingsmen. First pitch, Jackson pops it up sky high, foul out of play, strike 1. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to the 2025 Kingsman Baseball season finale here on the Kingsman Baseball Network. Griffin Leonard here with you on the call. The 0-1 missed down low. Again, apologies that we could not get this out live, but we hope you're able to enjoy it just the same as a uploaded video later on in the future. This game played on the 17th. If all goes well, I'll have it uploaded tonight. 1-1 down low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Righty Jackson in the box. The pitch comes home from the lefty, and that one was high. It hit off the glove. To the backstop it goes, but the runner's holding. I think they'll continue to do so, given the advantage. Do we see who is walking down to warm up in the bullpen? That is Nick Osborne, who's going to throw down there in the number 11 jersey. That's the first time I had to do a double take. It's the first time I saw the number 11 jersey being worn this season. And now Jackson walks to bring in another run. Not only are the Kingsmen going to likely bat around here unless there's a triple play for Scotty Davis, that is. Not only are the Kingsmen going to bat around here, they may bat around without an out. And a new pitcher on the mound for Aleman as a result. We'll step aside again. 12-0. The Kingsmen lead here in the fourth. Here in the Kingsman Baseball Network. New man on the mound, and Scotty Davis takes a first pitch strike right down the heart of the plate. As we resume play here, 12-0, the Kingsmen lead Aleman here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network final game of the 2025 season. 0-1 pitch right down the heart of the plate again. He's quickly ahead 0-2. That is a welcome sight to both teams. And a 3-pitch strikeout to get Davis. One out here in the top of the fourth. Perry Dyer is going to hit for the second time here in this inning. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Gotta love what you're seeing out of this Aleman pitcher. 4 pitches, 4 strikes. I know the Kingsmen had a radar gun on one of the Aleman pitchers earlier. Not sure if we'll see the same thing again, but there's 5 and 5, and another swinging strike for Dyer. Dyer was hit by a pitch and scored to begin this 4th inning. He is 0 for 1, but he's reached twice. Oh, 2, and he fights that one off to stay alive. I haven't seen anything but the fastball yet, but he's certainly controlling that pitch. Oh, 2, Dyer cranks it to left center. Left fielder tracking it, now coming in, misread that ball, and it's down for a hit. 1 run will score. Hudak giving Haverluck the wave. He'll score. And what looked like an opportunity for the first out of the inning goes begging. 2 more runs score for the Kingsmen here in the 4th. Correction there. There is 1 out here in the inning. The left fielder just, he kind of looked lost looking for that baseball. He went 5 steps back. That ball landed 25 feet in front of him. Benhart watches it on the inside corner for strike 1. Oh, 1, Benhart takes just high, ball 1 to even the count. He was also hit by a pitch in this 4th inning. 1-1 low and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Josh Jackson stands on second base, and Perry Dyer is on first. Santos Stefano is on deck for the Kingsmen. 14-0 the score here in inning number 4. 2-1, pitch to Benhart, just low. The lefty getting ahead, but now throwing a couple balls in a row. 3-1, here it is. And that one skipped in the dirt. It's a walk, and the bases will once again be loaded. Santos Stefano hitting with the bases loaded. First pitch from the lefty, downstairs, ball 1. One 0 pitch. Santos Stefano grounds it, chopping it foul. 1-1. Kingsmen have scored 7 runs in this 4th inning. And that pitch called a strike. Santos Stefano did not like the call. 1-2. After Vince, it'll be Salisbury. Ground ball, shortstop side. An opportunity for 2, but it's off the glove of the shortstop, and everybody is safe. A run comes in. Santos Stefano reaches first, and everybody else takes one step forward. First pitch, low, bouncing up over the catcher. Runners aren't going anywhere at this stage. One out here in the fourth inning. And that one downstairs low for ball 2. Popped up. First baseman tracking in foul territory, first base side, and runs out of room for a strike. Now it's Evan Haverluck coming to claim the horde of batting gear from the first base coach. Salisbury lifts it to right field, tracking the right fielder, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Jogging in to score on the sac fly is Perry Dyer. There's 2 outs in the inning. Sacrifice fly for Mason Salisbury. Another run in. It's 16-0. And Cole Canty, who is 1 for 2, hits again. Left on right matchup. Canty digs in. First pitch, he watched it go. It's low for ball 1. Third base unoccupied now. It's Benhart at second and Santos Stefano on first. 1-0 is down south again. 2 balls, no strikes. Ground ball, foul. Hudak getting out of the way of that one. It's interesting to watch the mechanics of these various Dominican pitchers and to see how they differ from what the Kingsmen have seen. We had one pitcher a couple of games ago that was going so far over the top it was almost over his shoulder. And this arm on the mound, the lefty, as he throws and misses inside. Moving from second to third is Benhart, always the competitor. Runners on the corners. Not every time, but a good amount of the time, out of the stretch, this left-hander comes home nearly immediately after coming set. And that one gets by, moving Santos Stefano to first to second on the walk.
I would do that.
Here's Anders, and he takes high ball 1. Anders readies himself. Swings and misses at the 1-0 pitch to make it 1-1. One to Davis, and he swings again. 1-2 quickly. Bases loaded for the Kingsmen. 1-2 pitch. And Anders fights it off, staying alive. Singleton scored earlier on in the inning. Ended up coming in to score on the Perry Dyer single. One, two. That one's low. Gets away. Benhart going to stay put at third. 2-2. Anders fouls it off into the ankle. The Kingsmen now with a 9-run inning. Got it to double digits on the scoreboard here in this inning, trying to get double digits in this frame alone. That pitch gets away, and the count is full. If the inning were to continue, we would see Haverluck again. And that one gets by. A walk brings in another run. Evan Haverluck hitting for the 4th time today. Walked, grounded out, and was hit by a pitch. The last of which came earlier in this 4th. Takes a first pitch strike at the knees. 0-1. A ground ball, second base side. It's through. For base hit, and it gets by the right fielder. Haverluck racing around second. Everybody's on the move. That ball goes all the way to the wall. Haverluck is gunning to score here. He's around third. The base is clear, and Haverluck scores standing up. It won't be an inside the Parker, but he'll feel the same amount of joy. Haverluck gets his steps in today and comes in to score on what will be a single with a 3-base error. The base is clear, 21-0.
Yeah!
Hitter at the plate, Sam Blancato. With 2 outs in this inning, hitting for Josh Jackson. And it's 1-0. Now I'm wondering, does that mean I'm on deck?
You better not walk.
1-0. Blancato swings and pops it up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Have y'all ever heard of it? It's called a regional, NCAA regional. Top 9 guy on a top 16 team right here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Sammy hits one to left field, but it hooks foul.
That'll leave the yard in Statesboro.
Blancato showing he still has a couple barrels left in the tank. 1 ball, 2 strikes after the foul ball. And he pops it up again to stay alive. This is Sam's first at-bat of the season. We were lucky enough to have him in the booth earlier today. And he takes that one low for a ball. Two-two. And he strikes out to end the inning. We'll be back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network, we are, quote, taking a break. We'll be back in a few, and I'll give us an update, but this game is set to resume from what I'm hearing at 21-0 here in the bottom of the fourth on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. Welcome back here to the Kingsman Baseball Network. We are back underway after a bit of a hiatus. There was a scout here that wanted to work out a couple of the Dominican players. They got some ABs in, and now we are back to resume here in the bottom of the fourth. And to the pleasure of nearly everyone here, Nick Osborne is on the mound. Nick Osborne, player, coach, but this is his first time back on the mound. His collegiate career wrapped up in the spring with Penn State Shenango. And he is, I think he was a little hesitant to say he was excited to be back out there. I think he was content for the career to be over, but this was really cool to get one more shot out there in the black and gold. He throws his first pitch, and it's just off the plate outside for ball one. Defense for the Kingsmen: Salisbury, Dyer, Jackson at short, Haverluck at second, Anders at first, Canty, Santos Stefano, and Benhart in the outfield. There's a strike from Osborne, 1-1. One pitch, and there's a nice curveball to go ahead. 1-2. One-two pitch, and a swing and a miss. Drop third strike, Salisbury down to first, and there's one out in the inning. Osborne retires his first hitter and now faces a lefty with one out. Righty Osborne throws the first pitch. It's a changeup on the outside corner, 0-1. Batter did not like the call, but he's behind in the count. A 1. That one is downstairs for ball one. Right on left matchup. Osborne trying to get back ahead. Throws the 1-1 and gets another swing and a miss. This time on the changeup. He's thrown both strikes to this hitter on the changeup, and it's 1-2. Here's Osborne trying to finish off his second hitter. And he gets a swing and a miss, goes back to it, and gets out number 2. Nick Osborne coming in his first appearance, his first time on the mound in 3 months. And he strikes out his first 2 opening hitters. Another lefty with 2 outs. First pitch fastball gets a foul. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. 21-0, the Kingsmen lead. 0-1. There's a swing and a miss on the off-speed. 0-2. Nick Osborne, first appearance of the season. He's on fire. 0-2 pitch. That time he missed up and away. Two-strike pitch, and it's fouled off. And the inning continues. Osborne toes the rubber. And Salisbury calls time, pointing to something down the line. They want to make sure that Kike, the team translator's son, is out of harm's way. 2 strikes, Osborne delivers. And he gets a swing and a miss. Strikes out the side here in the 4th inning. We'll head to the 5th. 21-0, the Kingsmen lead. Back here in the fifth, Kingsman Baseball Network 21-0. Just a tip of the cap to Nick Osborne. Said in the mid-inning he's not going back out. That is it. 3 hitters faced, 3 strikeouts. And they close on what is an impressive playing career. Jaden Rodriguez is going to pinch hit to lead off this inning. Hits a foul ball, strike 1. The leadoff man, and Preston Hudak is on deck. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Rodriguez has gotten a couple at-bats over the course of this Dominican trip. Oh, 0-1. Rodriguez sits back and fouls it off. The on-deck batter and Preston Hudak grabbing the foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Rodriguez, chops it to the third base side. That one hung up and was caught for the first out of the inning. So here is Preston. Now Preston, his story is too long to go through over the course of this at-bat, but it is awesome that he is back with the team this year. He's been through one heck of a ride. Played at University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill for part of a season, played at Francis Marion, had a slew of soldier surgeries that ended his playing career prematurely. Away from the team for personal reasons the last few years. He's back as a coach this year, going to help out the academy. And here's the 0-1. And he rips it right side, hooking in over the infield, but foul, 0-2. And Coach Hudak is loving it down the third base line. First at-bat in a few years for Preston. Both his sisters taking photos. It's a great family moment for the Hudak family. 0-2. And he pops it up, left field. The left fielder coming in on it. He's got a long way to go, and it's down. Base hit for Preston Hudak here in the 5th inning. Here is David Zolkowski to hit. I'm not even going to bother keeping the score anymore. This is a mess, but I love it. Zolkowski going to hit with 1 out here in the 5th inning with Preston Hudak on first. So here's Z with his first at-bat of the season. Hudak on first. They're going to check on him. Personally, I want to see him dive back head first. First pitch to Zolkowski. He watches it go. It's a ball, and Hudak's racing down to second. Slides in without a throw, and he's in scoring position for the Kingsmen. Pitch to the plate. Zolkowski takes inside corner, strike 1. Hudak giving him some instructions from the third base line. 1-1 pitch. Zolkowski hits a ground ball first base side, eats up the first baseman, and it's into right field. Preston Hudak scampers to third and stays there. Runners on the corners with 1 out, and Zolkowski is on. We're going to see another pinch hitter. Willow Shields will hit next. It seems like we're going to get some POs throughout these innings. This is wonderful stuff. Shields has not had an at-bat in who knows how long. And he's got his own pit crew of position players to help him get dressed. for the at-bat. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Kingsmen 21, Aleman nothing. Oh, Shields causing a pause in this ball game. So here's O'Shields, recent transfer to Spartanburg Methodist College, though not as a hitter. It's been a couple of years since he's had an at-bat, and he steps in looking like a natural anyway. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Right on left matchup, a new pitcher on the mound for Aleman. He's going to pitch out of the windup with a runner on first. And he missed high. Zolkowski's got to get on the move. And now I think he realized it. Out of the stretch now. 1-0. He throws to first and back safely. Slides in Zolkowski. That pitch down the heart of the plate to O'Shields, and the count is even. One. Popped up on the infield. The pitcher is there. Catch is made. 2 outs. Is it Aiden Bisbano? It is not. It is going to be Trip Balaban. Wow. Trip Balaban will hit with 2 outs. Runners on the corners, batting in place of Perry Dyer. Kingsman trying to put some runs on the board here in this inning. It is unfortunate, though, as fun as this is. The Aleman defense and pitcher just kind of standing around waiting for the Kingsmen to get ready. So here comes Balaban. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Takes a warm-up hack and steps in the right-handed batter's box. Trip Balaban, first at-bat of the season. First pitch swings through a fastball. He was under it. 0-1. A 1 pitch. Outside corner, a called strike to make it 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Downstairs, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Runners on third and first. Zolkowski leading off of first with Preston still on third. That one taken just high of the letters. Balaban takes 2-2. Counts even. Pitch to Balaban. And he swings and misses. They throw down to second anyway, but the inning is over. 3 outs here in the 5th. We'll head to the bottom half. The Kingsmen up 21-0 here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. Nick Osborne was mistaken. He's out there for inning number 2, and he will continue what has been good work on the mound so far. Haverluck and Canty trading places. Canty was trying to play second with Haverluck in right, and I think they made the change to say no. Perry Dyer's playing shortstop, and Jaden Rodriguez is out in center field as Osborne gets a first pitch pop fly. Salisbury tracking, has some room, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Salisbury only a couple of feet from the press box here. I'm going to give myself the assist on the good comms there. 1 out. One out in the inning. Osborne gets the first pitch pop-up. Fires it home. Curveball in there for a strike. 0-1. 0-1. Curveball, check swing foul off to the right side, 0-2. Osborne has the hitter in a hole. Here it is. Went the fastball high, didn't get the swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch upcoming. Here it is from the righty. Curveball sat down, did not get the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two delivery. Gets the swing and a miss. 2 outs here in the inning. That's the 4th strikeout for Nick Osborne, and there are 2 outs in the 5th. Two outs, 5th inning. The Kingsmen up 21-0. Osborne's first pitch. A strike, 0-1. Trying to get out of this 5th just as he did the 4th. 1-2-3. Gets a foul ball to make it 0-2. Could be the final pitch of this Kingsman season if this game ends in 5. No balls, 2 strikes. Osborne kicks and fires. He gets a line drive left center field. Coming in, Ben Hard. He makes the catch. And that will do it. Nick Osborne finishes things off here in 5 innings. Gets 6 hitters, 6 up, 6 down. The Kingsmen win 21-0 over Aleman. They finish the Dominican Republic trip 3-0-1. And a really, really good season for the Kingsmen. They lose just 8 games over the course of the summer. This team really bonded and got together as a group. And, I mean, it all shows on this last day. You know, you have guys coming in that don't normally get to hit, don't normally get to play. The team's rallying there. The smiles on everyone's faces. And it is a shame, though, that with the end of this trip will come the end of the season, because I know this group enjoys playing together. But that is a Kingsman win. It is the final game and the final win of this 2025 season. Final score, once again, Kingsman 21, Aleman nothing. I'm Griffin Leonard. Thank you so much for tuning in, not just today, but over the course of the season. We will see you when it's Academy time. Come up from Caramont Health Park in Gastonia, North Carolina. That does it for Kingsman Baseball here in 2025.